It's the COD
Episode 28.
2-8.
Yes, sir. Your boys, Ryan and Paul.
That's right. That's right. Back at it again, Paul and Ryan.
And we are the COD.
That's right.
And
Full
we
speed
got
ahead,
some,
baby.
yes, sir. We got some very, very special topics. So where are we gonna kick it off? How are we gonna start off? Actually, hold on. Like we usually do, you know. Let's give a shout out to Khalil.
All
He
right.
turned it up. He turned it up. You know, our homie in the Air Force really brought the energy. He brought the vibes, and it translated into a great show. We got 200 views on YouTube. We really don't get analytics for anywhere else right now so far. We still got to figure that stuff out. But yeah, man, as far as YouTube goes, 200 views in 1.5 weeks or so. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So shout out to y'all, especially for someone who might not have the star power of other guests. He might not, you know, be a public figure or something like that. All he did was bring good conversation, and I think that's a testament to the pod, man. Good conversation is going to breed those views. So,
Absolutely.
shout out to y'all, and we're gonna keep on producing that good conversation for y'all, man. So, salute to
Yeah.
Khalil, man, once again.
And
But
if you
let's
if you haven't seen it yet, we got a Discord. You got some join the Discord, join the conversation.
yes, sir.
Interact with other people who are part of our community, who helped us grow our community.
Mm-hmm.
Khalil is an integral part of that, and he man came on, showed out, had great conversation, and we're happy to have him a part of the team, so to speak. And yeah, it's the COD.
Yes, sir.
We still here, number 2-8, and
Come
like,
on.
like my man said, we got a lot of topics to cover. Where you want to start, bro? What you thinking?
Let's go over the Super Bowl.
Sheesh.
Last weekend was actually not. Let's back it up. Because this is how I was gonna start it off. Last weekend was Valentine's Day,
Big facts.
and you noticed we did not drop an episode.
Nah.
People was out in the streets doing what they had to do. You should understand that.
Yeah, lots
But
of things going down. It was hot girl and hot boy summer. You feel me?
exactly. I still held y'all down. Our homie Nate, he's in the court as
Oh
well.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
got a podcast, the Nathan and Alex Show.
Yeah, shout out to
He
them.
brought me on his Yes, sir. He brought me on his pod. He had interviewed PK Delay, local talent out of Philly. No, not Philly. Obviously, I'm getting things mixed up because they both start with a P. Pittsburgh, the Berg.
Shout out to the
PK
Berg.
Delay out of Pittsburgh. Yes, do not crucify me. But yes, so our boy Nate had started off his podcast interviewing PK Delay. He's worked with a bunch of huge names in the industry. His album is coming out on Valhalla. His next album is coming out on Valhalla. So yeah, man, big shouts out to Nate because that was a great artist to pull. He's already working. He's at the start of his career. But the last 2 hours or hour and a half of that podcast, he brought your boy on. So if you were missing the COD, go check that out and just get in tune. And that's that's what I was kind of doing over Valentine's Day. And we mentioned, we went over the Super Bowl on that episode. But now that I'm back with Paul, I want to go over the Super Bowl with him.
Hey, but, you know what? Before we jump into that, let me just say something real quick.
Let's speak about Valentine's Day, man. Is it necessary or is it BS?
Ooh. And this is a big topic, right? Because a lot of the lady friends I know who I have who don't have guys, they do a Galentine's Day, right? They just get with the ladies and they kick it and they have a good time. Shout out to all the ladies out there. Men don't really do anything independent.
They don't do Palentines.
Nah. Ain't no Malentines. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They just kind of
all right,
relax.
You know what I'm saying? So, you it out, but is it necessary though? Is it necessary as a couple? Is it necessary? You think so?
Look, man, it's I don't know if it's necessary because it's one of those things where it's like you should be showing love throughout the year.
Big facts.
You know, it's a big build up to one day. You and really, honestly, it should be you showing love to your girl or your partner, and she showing love to you.
Mm.
It should be mutual. But honestly, it turns out to be the woman's day. You know, men really don't get gifts. They don't get appreciation. They don't get love on that day.
Mm.
So when it's the build up to that day, she's expecting gifts. She's expecting the attention. She's expecting dinner.
The
She's
chocolates,
expecting
the
the words.
flowers. You
Yes,
know
the
what I'm
chocolates, the flowers. You know what I
saying? The
mean? The rose
footwear.
petals in the crib. Yeah, all that.
I'm
So
messing. I'm
like
messing.
now, sweetest day, that's when they should be returning that favor, which
Mm.
they don't really go all out. So,
Yeah.
regardless, let's go back. Let's just keep it on. Let's keep it on Valentine's Day. It should be that equal, appreciation. But, it is like really, the Women's Day and it's focused. The only reason I say that, you should be 365 showing appreciation is just because, if it was just another holiday, cool. But there's so much pressure to get it right. And if you don't get it right, sometimes it feels like, did you adequately show love? They feel like something's wrong. If you don't go above and beyond, if you don't do it perfect, there must be something wrong with them. So there's the highest of expectations. And if you don't meet those, it could be a disaster. But one thing that is good about Valentine's Day, it will show you where you are in the relationship.
Big
If you
fact.
guys both take it seriously, I think the height it can be taken down a few notches. Maybe not, put everything towards it, but is it necessary? Yeah, I think so. Why not?
Yeah, this is my observation, right? And it's just an observation
Yeah,
from 2020. So coming out of 2020, coming into 2021, I feel like holidays have gotten that much more intense, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's because you know the lack of social interaction, the lack of being able to go out, the lack of being able to do things. So right now, right? So right now we in a time where things are 25%, 50%, some places shit 100% open, right?
actually, yeah.
Yeah. Some places. So at this point, man, people are like they want to do anything to get out. You know what I mean? So I
You
feel
know,
like it put that much more pressure on this Valentine's Day. Now I will say this: I 100% agree with you. Love should be shown 365. But man, during these stressful times and when you're busy with work and when so much other stuff going on, I think that
you
holidays
need
like
that.
holidays like this come up and kind of put that pressure on you to stop and be like, you know what? I love my girl. I love my guy. Let me do something for her. Let me grab her some flowers. Let me, you know what I mean? Go get that massage. Let me take her out to dinner or
Hmm.
cook that dinner. You know what I mean? Whatever the flow may be, whatever the vibe may be. Or just like you said, if it's somebody who you unsure about, let me heat check. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, yo,
Facts.
it's heat check time. Like, hey,
You
what you
know,
doing for what are your Valentine's Day plans?
come
You know?
on,
We
come
kicking it
on,
or
tell
what?
them.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Yeah.
mean, that's a good time to do that too, because then you really know where you
Exactly.
stand with somebody. You're not
Hmm.
assuming, because unfortunately, between men and women, and we've had these discussions, offline or even online sometimes. How communication, bro, like that communication isn't there sometimes. So you need holidays like this, at first, because I was one of those, man. Fuck this. This is a Hallmark holiday. I don't want to go. You know what I'm saying? Like I put it out there. I was. But you know what, man? I found my romantic side. I think that this shit is
Yeah,
is more than necessary right now, especially right now with so much stuff happening. So
exactly,
I don't know.
exactly, man. I mean, like you said, people need it more now more than ever.
Hmm.
So regardless if you can go out to a restaurant or if you just kick it at the crib, that extra effort just shows somebody that they're being cared about. It
Exactly.
shows somebody that there is something to look forward to because it's dark out there. We still got a pandemic going on. There's
Pandemic, as my boy Jim Jones says.
exactly it's wild weather conditions, people
Oh
losing
man,
power. But I mean, so anything to brighten somebody's day up, you know.
Yeah.
Don't, you know, like I mean, I know I said like 365. That's true. That's true. But you know, a special day never hurts, you know?
Never hurt,
So
bro.
I'm
Never
with
hurt.
you. I'm with you on that.
And you brought up something strong, man. You said people's power is out. So we might as well just talk about that because you know.
All right, all right, yeah. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it smooth, man. So I mean, like we don't have to be the news, but if you really didn't know, the whole middle of America, I saw a map. So like the only place getting heat right now is the extreme West Coast, which is like California,
Right.
and the extreme East Coast.
Yep.
So I mean, you know, me in Virginia, DC, it's like 30 degrees right now. Usually that might be cold, right? But when you compare it to Texas, Texas is freezing.
Negative
I
12,
don't think
something like
I
that.
don't think they've ever felt that before.
Mm.
You know, Mississippi is like 9 degrees.
Right.
I don't know if they felt that before.
Right.
Now, Florida, they had 70 degrees. So Florida is just, you know, it's just Florida. But for the most part, the vast majority, the middle of the map is freezing. Now, what I've learned today is that the West Coast has a power grid, the East Coast has a power grid, and Texas has their own power grid. And in Texas, because they wanted to be, I guess, decentralized from a power grid and whatnot, now and another thing is that um I guess, you know, in the past when these power grids were being built and stuff, it was said that they should prepare for all weather conditions, regardless of where they are. I don't think Texas power grid was ready for these cold temperatures. So that's why we have these blackouts, these rolling blackouts. That's why we're seeing like, and I know this is, you know, pipes are not really part of the system, but still, it's all about preparedness and being prepared for whatever, regardless of what your normal temperatures are. There's
Exactly.
pipes bursting. Oh, it's a lot of destruction going on because of this natural disaster. So, yeah, man, a lot of Texas is still without power for like a few days now. And what did you say? You said there was a mayor out there wilding. He was saying that
It's a
only the
mayor.
strong survive.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
let the
Yeah,
weak
his
die.
yeah, his I guess it's the people in his area, his constituents or whatever. They they were like asking for like aid,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And I guess he made a comment like only the strong survive. Like, come on, bro. You know, you the leader of your town or your, you know what I'm
come
saying, or
on,
your city
son.
or whatever. Like
Yeah,
that's not the right answer.
yeah,
So now he just handed in his resignation. You know, he's not even worth us mentioning his name, but I
jeez,
mean, Jesus, come on.
exactly,
What's going on with that?
exactly. So, man,
But I will
I
say this
pray
though,
for
man.
everybody in Texas.
Yeah, yeah, got to, and but I will say this, like as humans, man, we have this cockiness about us, right? We got this hubris about us, right? But we forget that all the earth has to do is change just a little bit, bro.
Yes,
Just a
yes.
little bit, bro, and we are fucked,
Mm-hmm.
literally. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Excuse my
Mm-hmm.
language, but it's a problem,
Yeah.
you know.
We got to do more to take care of the spot we call home. You know,
Yeah,
I know a lot of people kind of look down on green practices or climate change or just taking care of the planet, but at some point you got to wake up. It can't be a partisan issue. You just got to do your part. Because these wild swings in temperature that you don't normally see that are going to be more normal, yeah, it's going to happen. Whether it's freezing temperatures that cause blackouts, things that you might not think, damn, it's cold, so now my power is out. Yeah,
yeah,
that's the type of shit that happens, the shit that you don't expect.
right.
Or in California, when it just gets so dry that shit just is
Just
bursting
start
on
burning up.
fire,
Yeah,
you know? So yeah, man, it's a lot of things that we don't realize happen because of nature, and yeah, just kind of put the ego to the side and start thinking about Mother Nature, the stuff that even got you here in the first place. You weren't born from buildings.
Yeah, exactly.
You are a product of nature. So yeah, you know, do your part, man. Do your part. We gotta do something, man.
Yeah, shout out to all of them.
But I hope everybody feeling good.
Yeah, I hope they're doing all right. And, and if you're down there and if you're listening to the pod,
Uh,
you know,
maybe in the future, get a generator or something. Be ready.
gotta have a
Because
generator.
this stuff might be a little bit more prevalent.
Yeah.
Sad to say.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, to be honest with you, man, around this time, extreme cold really isn't an anomaly. It's just, the past few years, it hasn't been getting that cold. So everybody's like global warming. So we really just got hit with what we supposed to get hit with. It's just that we weren't prepared. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
The weather's getting a little bit more erratic, but I mean, shit. The only, one thing is constant in this life, and that's change. So we got to be able to, move and groove with the changes of the earth, if you will.
Yes, sir.
But that mayor's an idiot, and I hope everybody's staying warm and staying safe.
Yes. Yes. Please.
Hey man.
So let's get back to where we was going to go. The Super Bowl, man.
TB12.
What did you think? What did you think? Oh, already.
Hey, check it out. Let me say something, man.
Come on.
Mahomes is the future. Period. Mahomes is the future.
That's solidified.
That's it. Mahomes is the future.
Yes, sir.
Tom Brady. It was an argument happening, right? It was like, was it Belichick or was it Tom Brady?
I mean, come on, man. Like, Belichick's not out there throwing passes. He's not out there snapping. He could do all the strategy he wants. He can spy on all the practices he wants. He can deflate the balls if he wants. But at the end of the day, you still got to have somebody snapping the ball, throwing those passes, making those split-second decisions.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have someone on the field doing that, man. So, give the man his credit, man. You can't put it all on the coach. A good coach only goes so far. You got to have somebody actually execute, like you said.
Hey, and this is an important conversation because it's actually two people that I was on a list of us to talk to about tonight that's in this conversation. The GOAT, right? Everybody's like, oh, he's the GOAT. Michael Jordan's the GOAT. Who's the GOAT? So Tom Brady solidified himself as one of the greatest, if not the greatest quarterback in NFL history, bro. He won he has more Super Bowls than
any team.
Than any team in NFL.
Yes, any franchise. Him as one man.
Yeah, he's 43 years old. He's out there moving. He's out there playing with the young boys. He's out there leading the team. The defense did a great job. Not to take anything away from them. Shout out to them boys. But there's no more conversation, bro. He beat Breeze. He beat Rodgers. And then he beat the new reigning king, Mahomes, for this Super Bowl championship.
Mm-hmm.
The GOAT talking NFL is over with. Like, ain't no, it's over with,
no
bro.
Debate. It's no
I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it. But on that note, to pivot, I saw a lot of people bringing up Serena Williams' name, and I want to talk about Serena Williams because she is a model citizen. She's a terrific athlete. She's won Wimbledon's and other tournaments in the tennis world, and she has championships, and she's just incredible, right? Still going forward.
Yeah.
And her husband's wearing cool ass shirts to support her. You know what I'm saying? In the media.
Yeah. Shout out Reddit.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta say this, man. Like, I think the women athletes don't get enough credit, and I think Serena is in that GOAT talk, man. I think that when you talk about great athletes, like, she has to be up there. The sheer number of championships and wins that she's had, and I don't know the exact numbers. You got the numbers? Let's see. I don't know the exact numbers.
I mean, I saw something on Twitter, but it was a lot of them. When they showed Brady, it was like Brady had 7 wins, he had 10 appearances. How much MVP, how much this, And for Serena, it was like it just had so many different categories. You know, it was like Grand Slam, this, that, this, that. So it was like, and it was multiple. Like it was like 23 Grand Slams.
Yeah, yeah.
This, that.
Check it out. It says, so according to Google, it says Serena
Cool.
Williams won more Grand Slam titles, 23, than any other woman or man during the Open era. In addition, Serena and her sister Venus won 14 Grand Slam double titles. So you know, in addition to that 23, they won doubles tournaments, 14 of
Yeah.
them. So really,
Mm-hmm.
she got, what's that, 37?
Come
That's
on.
that's crazy.
And she won when she was pregnant as well.
Yep, and 3 gold medals, three
Yeah.
doubles gold medals. Like, come on, man. Like, how does that not get a mention? You know
Now
what I mean?
I brought that up, and you know, a few people in the court was like, "Oh, tennis." You know, they kind of shrugged it off. I don't know, man. I told Nate this, man. When I played tennis, I got winded as hell, bro. Like I know it's a different type of game with football. You know, you're getting hit at fast speeds from, you know, 200, 300 pound human men. You know what I mean? So it's a whole different game. But at the same time, like this is something that I have always known about football and I played it. So
Right.
it's not, you know, it's this experience talking. You know, when you're out there, it's short spurts. You know, outside of hitting, it's short spurts. So when you're doing your drives, right? You know, maybe you don't have a 20-minute drive or something like that because it could be quick as hell, right? But you're doing those quick spurts and then you're going back to the bench and you're switching offense, defense, offense, defense, offense, defense. Tennis, you just up there and you're going. Now I know you're not getting hit,
Right.
but it's just a lot of running. You know, it's just different. You know, so you can't necessarily just judge every sport on the same accolades. All I say that to say is don't count tennis out. It's not some weak shit. It's
Right.
not some bullshit. You try to play tennis at that
Right.
level too. You know,
Exactly.
it's definitely taxing. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, they
And
do.
it's not like your normal tennis court at your neighborhood pool or park or something like that. These are professional Wimbledon Grand Slam courts. You're fucking running. So just give tennis its respect. However you stack it up to football, just give it its respect, man. Give it its respect.
You
You know,
got to,
even I
man.
know a lot of people even looked at her stats and was like, "Oh yeah, I remember in 98." I don't know why they brought up 98 cuz you know, she's been winning. It's 2021 and she's still competing and winning.
Mm-hmm.
But they were like, oh yeah, 98. They said that they can beat any men ranked outside of the 200. And some guy who was ranked 205 came and whooped him or something like that. So it's like, all right, now you want to compare men to women or something from 98.
Right.
Let's see in 2021. Because
Nobody.
there's not even a lot of men who have her accolades in tennis. So,
Yeah, not at all.
I don't know.
Not
Yeah.
at all. And you gotta give credit where credit's due, man. You always gonna have some haters out there,
Yeah.
man. You know, heavy is the head that wears the crown. And
Come on.
and like I said, man, you gotta give Serena her due because she's amazing.
Yeah,
She's
bro.
amazing, man.
Look, I mean, I know you're a Brady fan. I know you're a Brady fan. The seventh ring puts him in a conversation now of top athletes, right?
Mm.
Um, you got Bill Russell. He's got 11.
Bill
I think
Russell.
Robert Ory has 7 as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, you mentioned Serena. You know, I know people had mentioned Mike Phelps
Right.
with everything he's done in swimming and whatnot. So, is he the greatest athlete of all time?
Bill Russell.
No, I was saying Tom Brady. I was saying the conversation that people
Ooh,
wanted to make for him.
I,
Is he the greatest athlete of all time?
I don't like it.
Time time will tell, but I do think that he's put himself, the safest thing we can say is that he has put himself in a conversation with the greats of every sport.
Absolutely.
He
I
is
don't.
in the conversation for sure.
I don't like that narrative, man. And I've heard that. I've heard it several times
I
about like
mean, shit, hold on. There's Floyd Mayweather we can speak about.
exactly.
Mr. Undefeated.
Yeah. I
50
mean,
fights or more. So look, I don't bring up anybody to discredit him. I'm just saying that sports are very different. All of them are different. They take different, you know, things to be successful at.
absolutely.
So, can we definitively call Tom Brady the greatest athlete, as people were, saying? I don't know. But does
Not
it put him in that conversation with everybody? Absolutely.
there. I mean, he's definitely up there with the greatest athletes. But
Exactly.
as far as calling one athlete from one sport the greatest athlete of all
It's
time,
hard. It's
that's
hard. How
crazy.
do you prove it?
That's.
How do you prove it?
I mean, it's ludicrous, bro. Like that's like Michael Jordan, right?
Yeah.
Arguably the greatest basketball player, right? Right.
Mm-hmm.
You can't say Michael Jordan, you know what I'm saying, is the greatest athlete because when he was with the Sox, you know, his numbers were
Exactly.
his numbers were
Exactly.
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
They're all right. He wasn't the greatest baseball
Mm-hmm.
player. You see what I'm saying, bro? Like,
Mm-hmm.
and there's multiple players we can bring up that played multiple sports. You know what I mean? Bo Jackson, like,
Yeah.
like you know, they were better at one sport than they were the other. You know, better. I don't like that crosstalk. I don't like
Here,
that.
here, here. I'll bring this up. I'll bring this up to put it in perspective. Kanye West. You can say his first five albums were all classic in a row.
Shout out to Yosei.
Yeah, and then maybe it gets a little shaky at some point, right? But you can
Right.
at least say his first five albums were like across the board classic, right? And I know he's had some trouble with the Grammy board, so he might have don't quote me on this, but he might have taken a seat back to Jay-Z, because I know Kanye had like 21 Grammys and he passed Quincy Jones at one point. So, Kanye's mad decorated in music. But would you call him the greatest musician of all time?
No.
It's one of those things.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. So it's like you could call them like a subject matter genius because you're just so focused in one lane, as him being a rapper, as Tom Brady being a football player. But to say musician is so broad. There's so many other people who have made contributions, who play instruments. You know what I
Right.
mean? So as far as Tom Brady, there's just a multitude of different sports. And like you said, Michael Jordan went to play baseball and didn't look so good. And just because he's Michael Jordan, he weathered that storm. But imagine if he ended his career playing baseball. Now you would be like, okay, how does that affect his legacy?
Yeah. Exactly.
From people just seeing Michael Jordan and seeing where he came from in basketball and being like, damn, you might not be the greatest in baseball. So does that change the perception of how some people viewed Michael? Lucky for him, he came back and won three more. But if he
Yeah.
stayed at the Sox and that was it, and that was the end of his story,
Who knows? Who knows
how
how
many
legacy?
Jordans could he sell? Yeah.
You feel me? Legacy would have been tarnished. would
Come on, man. Come
have been
on.
tarnished, man. He wouldn't be
So
selling any cleats.
yeah, man.
But yeah,
But outside of that conversation, my bad. Outside of that conversation, what did you think about the game?
I thought the game was a defensive masterpiece, bro. To be honest
Yeah.
with you, it got to a point where like I wasn't even really. I mean, I'm looking at the offense, and there was some really good offense happening. Um, but man, the Bucks defense, bro. That
It
you know
was
what I
it was
mean? They
tough. What?
Yeah, they had Mahomes running for his life half the time. You know?
Yeah, man. I told you I was a little pissed, man. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm looking at Mahomes like, come on, bro, just do what you do. Do what you've done all season. And he just immediately snaps the ball and like turns around and he's sprinting the other way. I'm like, dog, he's turning around, he's trying to get it off, he's getting sacked. I'm like, come on, bro.
Yeah. And I
Do
told you, bro,
something.
they had the young boys on one side, and then the Chiefs tried to adjust, right? They tried to shift the
Yeah.
line and get some extra protection. But then you had big boy Sue.
Mm.
You had big boy Sue coming from the
The
other side.
Diamond. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
And
Like,
he's a bad dude. He's a bad
and
dude.
he got a reputation, bro. He's a
He
nasty
does.
dude, bro. And
He
it's
got a
like,
record.
they were blocking these dudes. And next thing I know, I think it was like the next, not the very next play, but the play after that. Like they blocked these dudes, and I'm thinking Mahomes is about to get a pass off. Next thing you know, man, you see Sue coming like a train. Boom!
Yep.
Just
Trucking him.
trucked him, bro.
Come on,
And
man.
and after that, Mahomes wasn't right, man. He was just like
Now
oh
hold
man.
on. We I know I heard you just say he wasn't right. Um this is not an excuse, but does this factor into how the Chiefs played? Was it Andy Reid's son? Or which one of the coach's son got into a car accident that I think caused the little girl's death?
I got you right now.
Now, me and Nate were speaking on it too, and we couldn't confirm on if the little girl died or not. But that was one thing that we were saying, could have weighed heavy on their heads, or not even the whole team, but maybe just the coach, and him being out of it could affect the team as well, because if his son gets convicted of vehicular manslaughter, that's tough.
Yeah, so it says Britt Reed.
Okay.
Uh it was an accident that involved their assistant coach, Britt Reed, that left a 5-year-old in a coma, but she woke up 11 days later, so she didn't die or anything.
Okay.
So she did wake up,
Good.
thank God.
Good.
But yeah, I mean, that could have for sure weighed down on him. I mean, obviously,
And like I said, I don't know about the whole team, but at least just that coach.
Right.
If he's not paying attention, calling what he needs to call, and making the things happen. Now, even if he was in the game, you're still going up against Tom Brady.
Right.
But it is something that happened during the game, So I'm definitely glad to hear that she is all right, and that's something that we were wondering on Nate's pod. So
yeah. I mean,
I hope she's recovering and doing well.
Yeah, shout out to her for real. Says she woke up, so that's good news. But on the other end of things, man, like a lot of people think physical stress, right, is the biggest, is the most devastating type of stress, but it's not though. It's mental stress, right?
Yes.
It's mental and emotional stress, which is why suicide rates, rise and fall. Is because of that level of stress. And obviously during 2020, we've all felt some kind of level of stress. It's been, you talk about this all the time. You know what I mean? And it's important. It's important to have those conversations. So just to say that, yeah, you might be right. That might have weighed down on them. That probably was in their heads or whatever the case may be. But I think that with everything that was going on, and then like the pressure they were getting, and nothing's really going right. I think at some point, man, that's why I said what I said about Mahomes. I think at some point, they're trying, and then nothing's working. Not saying
they just keep getting more frustrated.
Exactly. Not saying
they rushing things.
Yeah, not saying they gave up, but maybe they defeated themselves just because they couldn't get it together and nothing was going right.
They couldn't, maybe they couldn't stay cool under pressure.
Exactly. Because I mean, if you think you got it, if you think you're about to spark your team and spark some offense, and then you get steamrolled by Dominic Sue from behind, that's hard, man. That's rough. So
And fam, like there was this one throw. There was this one throw that Mahomes had when he I'm telling you, he was evading the defense once again, and he was horizontal. He was like, I don't know if I could do it, but he was horizontal, right? And he got this throw off. So like if you look at the picture, he is completely horizontal in the air, getting this throw off. Mans doesn't catch it. Like, fam, do you know if you caught that pass, that would have been a legendary pass.
Right.
He didn't catch it.
Yeah, he got it.
So
I remember that throw.
Exactly. It's more than Mahomes, and you could see the frustration in Mahomes' face, man, because like somebody had told me like this is the Chiefs' whole game plan. Like a lot of times during the regular season, they did not have good first halves.
Right.
But in the second half, they just come out swinging,
just dominating.
Like they like to be underdogs almost or something like that, or put themselves in that position. But it just didn't work this time, and I can see like you said, you're just getting more frustrated, and at that point, you're beating yourself.
Because
you can't lock in. You're getting frazzled. You're making mistakes. And it's not just Mahomes, Mahomes is trying to show out and prove and
he's
prove it's not a fluke.
Piece of the puzzle, bro.
He's a Super Bowl winner. So both of these teams had Super Bowl winning quarterbacks. You know what I mean? So he wants to come back and do it again. Now that he's getting frustrated, his guys are dropping passes. Like, what's going on here? So
exactly.
Yeah.
They're dropping passes, nothing's going right. And it's just one of those situations where you just gotta call a timeout, step away from it, and be like, look, clear your heads, man. Like,
to speak to the mental fortitude, that's something that Tom Brady's experience really speaks to. Because I've seen him go down. I've seen him be down in a game. And people say when Brady's looking like this on the sideline.
You saw that?
Yeah.
He said, you got a problem.
Yeah. So like I'm sure he gets frustrated like everybody else, but something taps in where he just focuses in and locks in and finds a zen inside him, and he just starts executing. So that's something I can't give that to. I definitely can give that to Brady, man, because him being 43, he's seen it all. He's been around a lot, and yeah, man, he's ready, bro. Like he's not letting anything get to him. He's not gonna let the tough talk get to him. Speaking of tough talk, he had a little altercation. Not a physical, but a verbal altercation with a guy on the Chiefs team.
My man, Honey Badger. Yeah.
And he said, and Honey Badger said he couldn't repeat what Tom said. So it got spicy on the field. Now Tom, he texted him immediately and he said, "I'm sorry."
Apologized.
Yeah, he apologized. Like, man, he said, you're a leader. I never meant to say that. That's the heat of the game. But yeah, man, things were serious out there.
Yeah, Tom said Honey Badger said in his comments, he said, I never expected Brady to say anything like that to me. Like he said he talked some shit to Brady, and he said Brady popped off at him.
Yeah, man, come on.
He said he was surprised. He said he took him, He said I would have never imagined he would have said anything like that to me. But like you said, Tom after the game, he texted him personally, which is a big man move.
Yeah.
He texted him personally, apologize, and move forward. But yeah, I mean, that's sports, man. That's competition.
That's how it goes.
Anybody want to wolf at the car? Feel free. We out here. You know what I'm saying?
What's up,
Right
baby? What's up? Got
now.
them stats.
We ready right now. Yeah,
All you is
boy.
my son.
Hey, all you my sons. Hey,
Our son. Hey. Okay.
that's what I'm saying,
Okay.
man. Like competition is a part of the fun, bro.
Yeah,
Competition and
it is.
a little, a little shit talking, is a part of the
Hey
fun.
man. Hey man. You know who is talking shit out here?
Who that?
Moneybag Yo.
Sheesh.
He was talking big
Hey,
shit.
look, man. Look, man. And you know what? You know what's messed up? And if y'all haven't listened to Moneybag Yo, he's a rapper. I guess you can call him a trap rapper, whatever the case may be.
Street rapper, yes, sir.
Yeah, popular in a lot of circles. I listen to Moneybag, see the MC,
Yeah, I
listen
do.
to
I do. I do.
Moneybag.
Yes, sir.
But I gotta condemn his comments
We gotta speak on
and
it.
yeah. I'm gonna give you the scenario, man. Like during COVID-19, a lot of people lost a lot of family members, loved ones. Um, I mean, it's tragic, right? It's tragic everything that's happened, including myself during COVID
Hey man,
19.
restaurants have been closed
Yeah,
down. They've been
yeah,
forced to open up back with limited capacity. Um, a lot of businesses have had to shut down. I mean, it's a lot of strife out there. It's a lot of setbacks. It's a lot of
very much so.
heartbreak. It's a lot of tough times.
Very
Um,
much so.
but here comes Moneybag Yo saying something that I'm sure he's not the only one who feels like this. I'm sure there are a lot of people who feel like this because in these tough times, it squeezes people to have to, put their money into things that they normally wouldn't. So imagine all the people who work at, uh, hand sanitizer companies and things like that. They're booming right now.
Booming.
You know, Cleaning supplies booming,
Amazon.
like Amazon
Booming.
delivery, um,
Yeah.
the
Bitcoin.
mail. I mean, Bitcoin. It's a lot of things, man, and even people investing in the stock market and stuff like that. There's all these things that you can pay attention to and kind of come up. People say pandemic.
Man,
So there's
man.
definitely a lot of people out here who are making a lot of money. I mean, I think it was reported that the richest people in the world made like, was it 30 billion or something like that?
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
They cashed out
Jeff
during the
Bezos,
pandemic.
yeah, Jeff Bezos damn near doubled his money. Elon Musk damn near doubled his money. Uh, Bill Gates is doubling his money. I mean, people who work on computers, look at Zoom. We're using Zoom right now. Um,
Yeah.
App developers like Clubhouse. Uh, there's Swiss Beats and Timbaland
Versus.
who found verses a lucrative thing in verses. So there's a lot of people who are making bread because they know that we are squeezed right now. We do not have a lot of options, whether it be for entertainment, whether it be for, you know, we can't go to stores, so you have to really buy things online and stuff like that. And because you're forced and you're squeezed to spend your money in certain ways, there's only so many people who provide those certain different ways. So
Exactly.
here comes Moneybag Yo. No, he does not provide anything outside of music, really.
That's it.
Not to take anything away from him, but here comes Moneybag Yo saying what you would expect to hear from Bezos or Elon Musk or something.
Right.
And he's saying, and the funny thing is, those guys want you to get out of the pandemic so you could actually do more, that they could offer you more. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? But here comes Moneybag Yo, and he tweets out that he's made a couple million in the pandemic, and he actually thinks it's a good thing that we should stay in the pandemic.
I mean, moment of silence for that dumbass comment. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
go ahead and say it. This is the Kai, and
Come on.
we should stay in the pandemic because I made a meal in the pandemic. It's like, bro, I get it.
That ain't right.
Make your money, do your thing.
Yeah.
But like a lot of people out here hurting, man. Still a lot of people who are jobless. You know what I'm saying? Still a lot of
And
people
look
got
at
to feed their
this.
families.
I'll say it like this. A lot of music doesn't hit the same in the
Oh,
pandemic
nah,
because you're
man.
sitting at the crib. How much music have you heard that you're like, yo, this would be tight at a bar right now? I know you can go to a bar, but like at the same time, it's different when it's not full capacity.
Exactly.
You know, when you can actually just drink in freedom and peace, and you hear your favorite song come on, and it's wall to wall, and it's that chick, and it's your homies, it's that mutual energy that everyone's feeling. A lot of the human race is really built on each
Social
other.
interaction. Yeah.
Exactly. So if you don't have that, a lot of value from a lot of things goes away. So a lot of music that would hit is not hitting the same when you're just sitting in the crib. You could turn on a Moneybag Yo song and sit in the crib and get pumped, but it only works for so long.
That's it.
A lot of music works when you can hear it outside. So for him as a musician, he should want that to happen. Another thing, musicians make the majority of their money on shows. If you can't tour, if you can't have festivals, I know, a lot of rappers are trying to get these club appearances off, but a lot of times when they do that and the club packs out, in places where you can, like Atlanta and things like that, it's still frowned upon.
Absolutely.
When people do things like, I think they've, a few club appearances have happened in Ohio and stuff like that, in places that aren't Atlanta, because I know Atlanta just is keeping things open, but in places that aren't Atlanta and they do a club appearance and it packs out, that club has kind of had to shut down. So yeah, you're trying to make some quick money, but by the time that publicity goes out and people see a million people are in the club back to back, the rapper's performing, he's getting a bag, no one has a mask on, it comes back to the club. Now the club's got to shut down. And now you can't double up on that club appearance. You can't rely on the club appearance to be there again. So
Right.
you're one and doneing a lot of these clubs. So what are you making money on streaming?
Like what you
You
doing?
making money? That's what I'm saying. Like you could be making way more money when things are open. Like
Uh-huh.
you didn't think that one out.
Nah, he didn't think that one out, man. And I think that his PR, whoever's running his PR, needs to have a conversation. Loose lips sink ships, man. And
Come on,
he
man.
out here fucking up.
I
But
know he thought he was smart with that comment. He thought he had it. He thought it was something that, oh, I'm gonna get him with this one. No
yeah,
one's
yeah,
heard
yeah.
this one before.
Hot drop. You know what I'm saying? Like get out of
The pandemic actually, boy, shut your ass up.
here. Like you ain't talking about nothing.
Come
You
on, cuz.
know what I'm saying? Like and like you said, the music ain't it's not even hitting like it would usually do, Shoot. Like Cardi say, man, ain't none of these songs up and it's stuck. You feel me?
Exactly.
It's out here for a second. You
And it's
listen to it a
gone.
couple times and it's like, all right, cool, next,
Mhm.
If anything, I think more of the classic tunes, man. The classic music is what's kind of
Coming, yeah.
keeping
hmm
people up right now. What are you listening to right now? What's hot on what's hot in your
Look,
playlist right
fam, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why the other day I woke up and I just started thinking, for the love of money,
now? Gotta make that money.
that Bone Thugs. Come on, man. Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm not
Come
really
on, man.
playing no new music, bro. Like,
Not
I'm
really.
digging in the crates, man. I'm playing Nas. I'm playing Bone Thugs,
You heard
man.
me. You heard me a minute ago. I had the Mob
Come
Deep
on,
on.
Mob Deep. Yes, sir.
Come on, man.
Early Jay-Z,
Yeah, yeah. Hey,
like,
you know what? I had Maxwell. And for all you young cats who don't know who Maxwell is,
yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
because R&B, you know what I'm saying, was more of a 90s 2000 thing. But
hmm
if you want to get to some real, heartfelt music, man, turn on something like Maxwell, like a Sade, like, you
Come
know,
on.
shit, even some Al Green, some Marvin Gaye, like get back to the soul, man. Like
Come on, man.
that's what it is. But that's just me right now, currently.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Currently, but
But hey, man, speaking of this pandemic, I know we had vaccines on our list to
yeah, we
talk
did, we
about.
did. So I'm gonna tell you what happened out here in Colorado. Because of this cold front we had come in.
hmm
Man, logistics have been messed up, right? They haven't been able to ship stuff, get it across country. Inclement weather, stuff is canceled. Uh, Even some of these clinics and some of these places where they were actually bottling up the vaccine have been shut down due to the weather. So I think it's 133,000 doses that were supposed to make it to Colorado, the Denver area in particular, man, have been postponed. So this weather is pushing it back even more. So and Denver's not like a big city, but it's big enough. So I'm just imagining for the rest of the country like how that is, especially places like Texas or you have smaller, more rural towns.
Yeah.
Man, the vaccine is out here. They're trying to distribute it. It's been postponed by the weather. People are still up in the air if they're getting it or not. And I know we talked about it, but what's your take, man? You gonna get it or what you thinking?
Look, fam, I I just signed up today. I got my it said like I'm looking at this text. My pre-registration was successful and I got a reference code.
Right.
So that, I mean, it could still be a few months out before anything, but my name is in the system and we'll see, man. Like it's up to them to give me the date, but yeah, man, I'm ready for it, man. Let's get back to normal out here.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
Pfizer boys.
Hey, it's big Pfizer gang. You feel me?
Big Pfizer gang.
Big
Or
Pfizer
Moderna,
gang.
who knows, man.
Hey,
but
bro,
yeah, right now it's looking like Pfizer for me,
hey, man, I'm at the point now where it's like, man, if I'm being 100, like I don't even give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I'm at the point now for real, bro, because it took me a while to kind of come to this conclusion. Not a while, but talking to you talk to people over time, and man, you either gonna catch it, or you gonna get the vaccine. Point blank. You know what I'm saying? Like point blank. Like which one you gonna do? So it's like, man, if I can get the vaccine and get the antibodies that much quicker, I mean, more power to them. You know what I mean?
Look, man, I'm halfway like that, and I'm trying to be responsible. I don't want to like sway the audience and thinking that they should be out here unprotected or whatnot.
Right.
But at the same time, like I said, me getting signed up doesn't mean I'm going to get it tomorrow. It could be months down the line. So I still got to just be careful and keep doing my thing. And even if I do get the vaccine, it doesn't mean I can wild out here. You still got to follow safety precautions, and you can still got to wear your mask and whatnot.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm thinking about is like, look, man, the more people get vaccinated, the more people that do get vaccinated and that I hear get vaccinated, it's like, man, you just make it better for me, because while I'm waiting and I'm not vaccinated, as long as I know that y'all are vaccinated,
I'm Gucci.
Yeah, we're getting the majority of the nation vaccinated. So, if I fall through the cracks, oh well.
Hey,
at least this pandemic is going away, or at least we're eradicating this thing. But if my appointment is soon and I do get vaccinated, then hey, I'm one of y'all now. I'm one of the X-Men.
That's it. Pfizer boy. Pfizer
come on, man. So yeah, man. Either way it goes, I just gotta stay safe. Still be masked up. Still be cognizant of where I'm going and how I'm spending my time, and as long as everyone else is getting vaccinated and those numbers, they're helping the numbers, and yeah, man.
And let me put this message out there, man. Wash your hands. If I see another somebody
20 seconds.
Use the restroom.
Hey, bro, hold on. Let's really speak about that, because even before COVID, I used to see people do that, and I used to be like, I used to try to just verbally, not even like really to their face, but just verbally be like, yo, what? That's nasty. Like, say something loud enough that they can hear it. You know what I mean? Because you never know how people are. So you don't, and they nasty. So like you don't want they nasty hands flinging at you. So like, do you never know how people are. So do I necessarily want to verbally be like, hey dog, like if I don't know you, do you want to be, hey dog, that's nasty as hell, fuck you doing? Like, I don't know if I want to take it that far,
right?
But verbally, I'm gonna still say something a little loud so you can hear it, be like, oh,
Right.
like, bro, what? Like,
Yeah.
it's the nastiest thing to be in the bathroom and you see somebody come out of a stall or from one of the shits on the wall and just
not wash their hands,
walk right out the door. Like, dog, you touched that door. Now I'm trying to take a paper towel. You know what I mean? I'm like, come on,
talk about it.
Like, then that was before COVID. So during COVID, if I see that, that's just gross.
Yeah, bro. I'm still on that, man. And you know what? And even after the pandemic, you know what I mean? Whenever this thing is over, like I'm still just damn near elbow or dapping. You know what I'm saying? Like,
come on, man. I don't know you like that.
Hey, bro. Because what I started doing is this, like somebody will come out and it'll look like they're about to walk out, and I'll just say like I got Tourette's or something, like, so I'll just be like, so, you know what I mean? And I've had a couple cats kind of like stop and like, go back and wash their hands. But then I've had some cats that just truck on out.
Yeah.
But it's listen. If
you're doing your part at that point.
If you're listening to the car right now, from us to you, please wash your hands. Please. That's it.
Hey man, but you're doing your thing, man, because if you could at least just have one person turn around and wash their hands, you're doing a big service for everyone around them that they come in contact with, man. Hey, think about it, bro. It's really a domino effect. If you can get at least one person to stop, go back and wash their hands,
right?
You not only saving that door they touching from the next few people who touch that door, to the car door, to the elevator that they push. Yeah, bro, you saving a whole lot of people from just one person washing their hands.
I know that's funny, bro, but I swear I do that shit. So
you got to, bro. I might do that too. Like, I ain't trying to be your father, but soap.
And you know what else is cool? Soap. Shit.
Hey
man. Hey.
You know what that shorty likes? Soap. Oh, yeah.
For real, man. Hey, look. It's episode 28. This is the Kai.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate y'all being here with us.
Yes, sir. We're gonna be back, man. So join the Discord. Let us know who you want us to speak to. Who do you want to hear from us, man?
That's right.
Who should we bring in the octagon?
You feel me?
So to say.
Hey, follow, subscribe, message us. We love to hear from you guys. Thank you for tuning in as always. It's Paul and Ryan.
Sure.
It's the COD episode 28.
It's the COD episode 28.
We here.
Peace.
Shout out to my sons.